So at the start of this season, the Eagles were flying a bit under the radar, right? Most thought they'd compete in the NFC East. Vegas projected them to get to 8 wins, and Carson Wentz was thought to be ready to take a small step forward in his second year thanks to Philadelphia, adding better weapons at receiver. The Eagles were sort of like, well, our Eagle, right? A nice part of the show, but not thought to be all that important in the big picture, and, well, kind of easily replaced. Sort of like Daniel, but in NFL team form. Halfway through the season, however, the Eagles are doing this to everyone they play. Really, guys? Really? That seemed excessive. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, it just, like it was supposed to be a little bit. Didn't think that clip was coming back. Anyway, if you don't have any Eagles on your team this year, your fantasy team probably looks a lot like the jacket I wore that day. Now, I had Carson Wentz as quarterback 14 before the season, higher than most rankings and above guys like Ben Roethlisberger and Matthew Stafford. But even I didn't predict anything like this. Sunday, against the Broncos, you know, the defense you sit most players against, the Eagles put up 51 points with 6 players. Carson Wentz, Alshon Jeffery, Corey Clement, Ajayi, Trey Burton, and Jake Elliott, all scoring 10 or more fantasy points. And actually it's 7 if you count the Eagles' defense and special teams. Now, the Eagles have a bye in Week 10, but they're matchup independent from here on out. Wentz, Zach Ertz, Jeffery, Ajayi must start regardless of opponent. By the way, if Ertz were somehow to miss more time, Trey Burton is a nice player who Wentz likes. He's not a fluke. As for the running backs, look, I know Corey Clement had a great game, and he's a nice piece for the Eagles to have, but Ajayi is going to be the man from here on out in the Philadelphia backfield. Second on the team in running back snaps, his pass-catching ability means he's an option on all 3 downs, making the Eagles' offense even more dangerous and unpredictable. LeGarrette Blount's inconsistency is one of the reasons, well, they traded for Ajayi, right? So if someone in your league is worried about all the other running backs in Philadelphia, make a trade for Ajayi now. After their bye, on that offense, behind that line, Ajayi will be a top 5 fantasy running back the rest of the way. And I really mean that. I'm not just saying that to avoid the wrath of the Eagles.